cheeky. So back to the first use of Force lightning when I think he's still sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
And he Palpatine jets out his fingers and they're very much splayed and the lightning is coming out. I feel like they didn't direct them very well here, but that's besides the point. It's so cheesy with their fingers both out at each other that I looked it up to see if there were t-shirts of it. There are not, and I think there need to be.
Just him shooting his fingers out?
But there are toys of just, if you look up Force Lightning and Palpatine, there's toys of him with his arms out, and he looks like a vampire because his hands are just very much old Nosferatu sort of fingers. Like he's supposed to be doing Force Lightning, but obviously it's a toy and there's no Force Lightning. Do
you think the people from The Magicians and Wanda from the MCU copied Ian McDiarmid's magic fingers when they shoot their stuff?
Hell no.
But you know what I liked about his performance, though, is that, you know, and Ian McDiarmid's been really praised for this, and that, you know, Ian McGregor said he had a very hard time with the green screen, and as he should, and a lot of actors felt very uncomfortable with this technology. Now, Ian McDiarmid, he is on another level. I mean, I love his scene in the opera early on with this. He's at a thing called Squid Lake, which I just learned. Squid Lake. That's like the nickname for it. But he is
really,
yeah,
like your
like my Squid Lake.
Yeah.
So what I think is interesting is he's leaning into it. So you have other fights where maybe people think everything's a little whiny or a little too stilted or, you know, too serious. And then you have a guy that's in another movie entirely, just cackling and throwing chiclets and just
shooting laser beams from his fingers.
Sneaky Force Lightning. So it's not even like, I'm going to shoot you with Force Lightning now. He just cheap shots.
It's almost very reminiscent of Thriller.
Oh, yeah.
With the fingers.
And when Yoda knocks out those
But that being said, I love it. I don't think it's out of place. I think that makes the whole scene fun.
Because I think it's the actor, right? He's on another, there's no other performances in this trilogy like he does.
You said he's in a different movie. What's the name of that movie, Mark?
Oh, man. The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, jeez.
Because he's dancing.
That movie already was stolen.
Yeah, no, but that was before Emperor's New, right?
I don't
Maybe
think
not.
so.
But yeah, so I mean, I like that he's on a different level with this. I like when Yoda knocks out the two guards. The Palpatine's not even mad.
It's very gangsterish. Yeah. He just sort of does it behind him.
Yeah. And Palpatine's not mad. Like, those guards are not going to they're unconscious.
No, Palpatine's going, game on.
He loves it.
I'm here for this.
Like, that's a good boss. He's not going to punish these two red guys. Like,
well, maybe
they're going to be embarrassed. But what could they do against Yoda? Like, he didn't expect Yoda to come back. And
so replace them with Praetorian guards.
Yeah. Oh man. Maybe that's why. I mean, later on, right?
Yeah.
Snoke. But so you have those two guards getting. I mean, that's just such a crowd pleasing moment, right? And then you just have McDiarmid on another level. I mean, Palpatine is. I love it. Oh, curses! Like just screaming and shooting stuff and laughing and cackling. So that's why I really enjoy this fight. And it seems like on the internet, there's really no negative thoughts about this.
No, I didn't see any. It's funny, most discussion is very much centered on the duel on Mustafar. But when it comes to this one, there's very little discussion, or they talk about the final fight segment of this movie, of episode 3, as, well, I didn't really like the one fight, but this was very entertaining. Loved Yoda.
Yeah, it's Yoda and it's the Emperor and they're having a good time. Yoda's sassy, the Emperor's sassy. It's just a crowd. This is probably one of the most, I think Yoda smashing those guards might be one of the most crowd-pleasing moments in this new trilogy. Imagine being in a packed theater and watching those two red guys get knocked out. Mm-hmm. Oh, so cool.
I personally like their verbal jabs. It's so funny. And you can, because of Yoda's sort of sideways speak, you can sit there and just listen to them over and over and, have fun being reminded of the funniness.
What's your favorite moment of this fight?
First use of Force lightning needs to be a t-shirt.
First moment. All right, so for me, it's the guards, and I just like the detail of Yoda's little fingerprints scratching on the steel. Like, that's a good touch. Mm-hmm. And I like slumped over Yoda because it makes me sad. Aww. All right, so this was fun. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so for
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, and I hope you all enjoyed this. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Megan Force Hands Hoffmeyer, this is Final Fights. We'll see you next week.